Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tool Shop, and today I'm going to be continuing on the Revolution 2x72 belt grinder. I was working on the tracking assembly yesterday. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to go check it out. The next part is going to be starting to make the 3 wheels for everything. I have the bearings here that I'm using for them. These guys are rated up to 13,000 RPM. They have a 5/8 ID. Because I'm using 1/2 inch bolts on there, I'm going to be taking this 1/2 inch by 3/4 inch mechanical tube. I'm going to be turning down a sleeve onto it. It gives a bushing from the 1/2 inch to the 5/8 that will actually act as a little spacer in between the 2 bearings to help clamp onto them. So I'm not sure if that made sense or not, but let's jump into turning some metal. Shop cleanup was definitely well needed. Went through and actually cleaned up all the grinder dust from everything and shavings from the press build and stuff like that, and a few other things. And this entire bed was just covered up to here with chips. Now I'm not working on sharp things and can actually start getting some work done. So far, I have successfully made 1 out of 3 of the spacers that I need for the bearings. The one side I managed to get to a perfect press fit, and the other side I unfortunately went an extra like 1 or 2 thou under, so it slips on now. It's not going to affect anything, could have been better, but something I just got to work on. I have this one that I was just about to start setting up to do the same thing for the next 2. This is like a perfect fit. I don't need to hammer it on, I don't need to press it on. Like, there's no movement, there's no wiggle room at all. So that's perfect for that side. I don't want to side load these bearings at all. They are only ball bearings, so that's why I made the spacers. Anyways, let's keep on turning. All 3 of the bushings made. So I'm gonna go ahead, throw this in my bandsaw, just so that way I can throw it in the forge on. I don't have to set up the steady rest, and then I can just I can drill and bore out the inside as one setup, and then all I have to do is flip it around to face and bore the other side. I'm gonna go have lunch, and then we'll come back and start cutting and drilling some of the stuff out. I'm back after lunch. We're going to cut each one of these to 2 3/16, and then we'll be able to throw it in the lathe and start drilling in, boring out the holes. side, I turned on the outside just very, very lightly, just to give it a very nice finish. That'll also give me something else to indicate off of when I have to flip this around to do the other side. I'm boring it bigger than 3/4 of an inch, just so then that way it gives it a straight hole all the way through. Drill bits have a tendency to wander or walk a little bit as it's being pushed through, especially 2 inches long. The studding to board is going to just give me a very nice straight hole, which will also give me another surface to indicate off of when I have to flip this to make sure that everything is parallel to each other. Let's start boring out the center. I think it's time to call it a day. These are definitely not going to be done today. I wasn't expecting them to be done at all. Let me show you the progress that I've made so far. This morning I came out here, I had to make a little bracket for my dad for his work, and then I figured while I was out here, I brought out a spring and actually took off this motor because it hinges, and I actually put in a new spring to give it a lot more tension on the belt so I can actually use the full 3/4 horse. I'd be trying to cut something even 2-3 inches wide, even say like 1/4 inch material in this, and the belt would just constantly slip. Just doing a bunch of test cuts this morning, and the bandsaw just works beautifully. Now, working on the actual 2x72 grinder, so far today I made the 3 little spigot bushing things. So as you can see, there's just that little step down. So the inside of this is 1/2 inch, and the outside of the thicker one is 3/4, with that step being 5/8, because the bearings here have a 5/8 ID that just fit very nicely onto. Because I'm bolting it from the sides, I don't want side load pressure on these. And I also managed to get this one ready, slip press depending on how it's angled. But yeah, so the one side is all ready to go. Precision takes time. I don't want to rush through any of this stuff. I want to make sure it's done right. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below, hitting that red button with the bell notification. Give it a big thumbs up, comment what you thought down below, and we'll see you tomorrow.